My girlfriend went on a vacation with her male best friend, posted intimate couple-like photos on Instagram, ignored my calls for days, called him her favorite person, and came back acting like everything was fine. Now I'm left questioning our relationship, trust, and whether I can ever feel like I matter to her again. I'm writing this from a hotel room 3 states away from home at 2 a.m. because I couldn't stay in our apartment anymore. Not with her things still there. Not with the picture frame still on the wall showing us happy, before I knew what a vacation with just a friend actually looked like. Her name is Amanda. 26 years old. Graphic designer. The kind of beautiful that makes strangers do double takes. And 2 weeks ago, she came back from a week in Costa Rica with her guy best friend Derek, expecting me to believe nothing happened. I wanted to believe her. I'm still trying to believe her. But the evidence doesn't match the story, and I can't unsee what I saw. This started 3 months ago when Amanda came home from drinks with her design team and announced she was going to Costa Rica. Derek's been planning this trip forever, she said, already scrolling through resort photos on her phone. He finally convinced me to go with him. It's going to be amazing. Derek. Her best friend since college. The guy who texted her good morning before I was awake. The one who had inside jokes I wasn't part of, shared memories I couldn't compete with, and a comfortable intimacy that always made my stomach tight even though I pretended it didn't. Just you and Derek? I asked carefully. Yeah. His other friends bailed last minute. He already paid for the resort package, 2 rooms, non-refundable. I told him I'd go so the money doesn't go to waste. 2 rooms. She emphasized that like it was a shield. Like separate sleeping arrangements meant nothing else could happen. For a whole week? 5 days, technically. We fly out on a Tuesday, back on Saturday. She looked at me with those wide eyes that usually made me forget whatever I was worried about. You're okay with this, right? I mean, it's Derek. You know nothing would happen. Did I know that? I knew Derek had been in love with her since sophomore year of college. I knew he'd dated other women but never seriously, never long-term, like he was keeping himself available just in case. I knew the way he looked at her when he thought no one was watching. But I also knew Amanda loved me. Or I thought I did. And saying no, forbidding her to go, would make me the controlling boyfriend, the insecure one, the guy who didn't trust his girlfriend around other men. Of course I'm okay with it, I lied. You should go. Have fun. Her face lit up. You're the best. Seriously. Some guys would be so weird about this. Some guys would be smart, I thought. But I smiled and kissed her and pretended I wasn't already dreading the next 3 months. The weeks leading up to the trip were torture. Amanda and Derek texted constantly about plans, activities, what to pack. She'd show me her phone sometimes, proving there was nothing secretive, nothing hidden. Just 2 friends excited about a vacation. But there were moments. Small things that added up. The way she bought new bikinis and modeled them for me, asking which one Derek would think looked best before catching herself and laughing it off. The way she got her hair done 2 days before the trip, came home with fresh highlights, and mentioned Derek always said she should go lighter. The way she packed and repacked, trying on outfits, asking if she looked good, with an energy that felt less like friendship and more like preparation for something else. You're really excited about this, I said, watching her fold a sundress I'd never seen before. I haven't had a real vacation in 2 years. Of course I'm excited. We'd gone to Florida last summer. Spent 4 days at the beach. But apparently, that didn't count as a real vacation. Apparently, only Costa Rica with Derek qualified. The night before she left, we had sex. It felt desperate on my end, like I was trying to remind her what she had at home, what she'd be coming back to. She seemed distracted, checking her phone twice during, apologizing each time but doing it anyway. Derek's just confirming flight details, she said. He's so stressed about missing the connection. Derek's stress was more important than being present with me. I didn't say that. I just rolled over and pretended to sleep while she texted him for another 20 minutes. She left Tuesday morning at 5 a.m. I drove her to the airport even though Derek offered to pick her up. I needed to see them together, gauge the dynamic, look for signs I'd been missing. Derek was waiting at departures, leaning against his car in expensive athleisure wear and designer sunglasses. He hugged Amanda when she got out, and it lasted 3 seconds too long. His hand lingered on her lower back. She laughed at something he said, throwing her head back in that way she used to do with me before we'd been together long enough for comfort to replace excitement. Thanks for being cool about this, man, Derek said, shaking my hand with a grip that felt competitive. I'll take good care of her. Take care of her. Like she was a possession being transferred. Like I was handing her off for the week and trusting him to return her undamaged. Have fun, I said to Amanda. Text me when you land. She kissed me quickly, distracted already, her mind somewhere over the ocean. Love you. Don't miss me too much. I watched them load their bags, watched them laugh about something I couldn't hear, watched them disappear into the airport terminal like a couple heading on vacation while I drove back to our empty apartment alone. She texted when they landed. Made it. Resort is gorgeous. Miss you already. The heart emoji felt obligatory. Like something you send your boyfriend because you're supposed to, not because you're actually thinking about him while standing in paradise with another man. Day 1, I got 3 texts. Updates on the resort, the food, how beautiful everything was. Generic vacation content that could have been sent to anyone. Day 2, I got 1 text at 10 p.m. Crazy day. So much fun. Exhausted. Talk tomorrow. Day 3, nothing until I texted first at 8 p.m. Everything okay? Her response came 2 hours later, sorry. Phone died. We were snorkeling all day. I'll call tomorrow, promise. She didn't call tomorrow. But she posted on Instagram. That's how I found out what her vacation actually looked like. Not from her texts or calls, but from the carefully curated photos she shared with 847 followers while apparently being too busy to text her boyfriend. The first photo, Amanda and Derek on the beach at sunset, his arm around her waist, both of them laughing at something off camera. Caption, paradise with my favorite person, sun emoji, ocean wave emoji. My favorite person. Not my best friend. Not great travel buddy. My favorite person. I stared at that photo for 20 minutes. His arm around her waist. Her body leaned into his. The golden hour lighting making them look like a couple in a romance movie. And that caption, public for everyone to see, declaring Derek her favorite person while I sat alone in our apartment wondering why she couldn't find 2 minutes to call me. The comments were worse. You two are so cute together. When's the wedding? Best couple goals. Finally. I've been shipping you two for years. Amanda didn't correct them. Didn't comment clarifying that Derek was just a friend, that she had a boyfriend at home. She just liked the comments, heart reacted to the ones calling them a couple, and posted another photo the next day. This one, Derek giving her a piggyback ride through shallow water, her arms wrapped around his neck, both of them mid-laugh. His hands gripping her thighs. Her bikini top barely covering anything. The intimacy of it, the comfort, the way their bodies fit together like they'd done this 1,000 times. Caption, living our best life. Our. Not my. Our. Like they were a unit. Like this vacation was their shared experience and I was just someone watching from the outside. I called her. It went to voicemail. I called again. Voicemail. I texted, can we talk? Feeling disconnected. 3 hours later, sorry babe. We're at dinner and the service is terrible here. I'll call when we get back to the resort. Love you. She didn't call when they got back to the resort. Day 4 brought a photo of them at a couple spa. Matching robes, champagne glasses, face masks on. Derek's arm slung casually over her shoulder. Her head resting on his chest. Caption, spa day equals best day at Derek Miles knows how to treat a girl right. Knows how to treat a girl right. I read that line until the words stopped making sense. My girlfriend was publicly thanking another man for knowing how to treat her right while I sat at home wondering what I'd done wrong. The comments multiplied. He's a keeper. You're glowing. Love looks good on you. This is the content I'm here for. Power couple. I called her mom. I don't know why. Desperation, maybe. Her mom loved me, always said I was good for Amanda, that we made sense together. Have you seen her Instagram? I asked. Oh, the Costa Rica photos? They look like they're having a wonderful time. Doesn't it seem? I don't know. Like more than friends? Silence. Long enough that I knew she'd thought the same thing but didn't want to say it. Amanda's always been close with Derek, she said carefully. But she loves you. I'm sure it's all innocent. Innocent. That word again. The shield everyone hid behind when something looked wrong but no one wanted to admit it. She hasn't called me in 3 days. She's on vacation, honey. Sometimes we get caught up in the moment and forget to check in. It doesn't mean anything. But it did mean something. It meant I was forgettable. It meant paradise with Derek was more compelling than 5 minutes on the phone with her boyfriend. It meant I was losing her in real time while everyone told me I was overreacting. Day 5, the photos got worse. Amanda and Derek dancing at some beachside bar, his hands on her hips, her arms around his neck, faces inches apart. The way you dance with someone when you're about to kiss them. The way you move with someone when you've forgotten anyone else exists. Caption, dancing under the stars with this one best night ever. Another photo, Derek kissing her cheek while she laughed, his hand cupping her face, her eyes closed. It could have been friendly. It could have been innocent. But it didn't look innocent. It looked like a moment before something more. No mention of me. No acknowledgement that she had a boyfriend waiting at home. Just photo after photo of her living her best life with Derek while I decomposed in our apartment surrounded by evidence of a relationship that apparently meant more to me than it did to her. I commented on the dancing photo, miss you. When can we talk? She deleted it within an hour. She deleted my comment. My public attempt to remind her I existed. Gone. Like my feelings were an embarrassment she needed to hide from her Instagram audience. I called Derek. I'd never called Derek before. We weren't friends. We were just two men orbiting the same woman, pretending there wasn't competition. He answered on the fourth ring. Hey man, what's up? Music in the background. Laughter. Amanda's laugh, specifically. Can I talk to Amanda? She's in the bathroom. You want me to have her call you back? Yeah. Please. Sure thing. Hey, don't worry about her, alright? She's safe. I'm taking good care of her. Taking good care of her. Those words again. Like she was his responsibility now. Like I'd forfeited my claim by being 3 states away. Just have her call me, I said and hung up. She didn't call. They came home on Saturday. I offered to pick Amanda up from the airport. She said Derek was dropping her off, that it didn't make sense for me to drive all the way there when he was going that direction anyway. She walked into our apartment at 4 p.m., tanned and glowing and beautiful in a way that made my chest hurt. She smelled different. Like sunscreen and expensive cologne that wasn't mine. I missed you so much, she said, hugging me tight. But she'd missed her phone more. Within 5 minutes of being home, she was scrolling through photos with Derek, laughing at inside jokes from the trip, texting him about how much fun they'd had. How was it? I asked. Amazing. Seriously, best trip ever. We did so much. Snorkeling, ziplining, this insane hike to a waterfall. Derek was such a good travel partner. I saw the photos. Something flickered across her face. Oh yeah? Did you like them? Everyone seemed to think you two were a couple. People always think that about us. It's stupid. We're just close. You called him your favorite person. He is. One of them. You know what I mean. Do I? She set her phone down, finally giving me her full attention. Are you seriously upset about this? I went on a vacation with my best friend. That's it. Nothing happened. Then why did you delete my comment? Why couldn't you call me back? Why did every photo look like you were on a romantic getaway with someone who isn't your boyfriend? Because you're being paranoid. God, I knew this would happen. I knew you'd make this into something it wasn't. What was it, Amanda? Because from here, it looked like you forgot I existed. I was on vacation. I'm allowed to have fun without checking in every 5 minutes. You didn't check in at all. You posted photos with Derek but couldn't send me one text that wasn't generic nonsense. Her eyes welled up. Real tears or tactical tears, I couldn't tell anymore. You're ruining this. I just got home from an amazing trip and you're ruining it by being jealous and insecure. Then help me understand. Explain the photos. Explain why you're publicly calling him your favorite person. Explain why everyone thinks you're dating. I can't control what other people think. You can control how you present yourself. You can control captions. You can control whose hands are on your body in every single photo. She grabbed her phone, defensive now. His hands weren't on my body. We were just having fun. You're twisting everything. I opened Instagram on my phone. Pulled up the photos one by one. His arm around her waist. His hands on her hips. His hands gripping her thighs during the piggyback ride. His hand on her face during the cheek kiss. Explain these. She looked at them like she was seeing them for the first time. Or maybe she was just seeing them through my eyes for the first time, realizing how they looked to someone who wasn't inside her head believing her own story. We were being playful. It's how we've always been. You've never been like that with me in public. Because you're not playful. You're serious and worried about what everyone thinks. I'm worried about my girlfriend looking like she's dating someone else. She stood up, angry now. Nothing happened. We had separate rooms. We didn't hook up. We didn't even kiss. I don't know what else you want me to say. I want you to say you understand why I'm hurt. I want you to acknowledge that those photos crossed a line. I want you to tell me I'm more important than your Instagram aesthetic with Derek. You are more important. But I'm not going to apologize for having a good time with my friend just because you're insecure. Insecure. There was that word. The conversation ender. The thing she could call me that would make any complaint I had seen petty and invalid. Did Derek try anything? I asked quietly. She hesitated. Just for a second. But it was enough. What does that mean? I pressed. Did he try something? There was one night. We were drinking. He told me he still had feelings. That he always had feelings. But I shut it down immediately. My stomach dropped. When? Night 3. After we got back from that beach bar. Night 3. The same night she'd posted the dancing photo, the one where they looked seconds away from kissing. The same night she'd ignored my calls and texts. The same night she'd declared it the best night ever. What did he say exactly? Does it matter? I said no. I told him I love you. That I'm committed to you. It got awkward for like an hour and then we moved past it. You moved past it and then spent 2 more days taking photos that look like a couple's vacation. Because we didn't want to let his feelings ruin the trip. We talked it through. Set boundaries. Kept things friendly. Friendly, I laughed, bitter. Is that what you call his hands on your hips? His arm around you in every photo? Calling him your favorite person after he confessed he's in love with you? You're being unreasonable. No, I'm being someone who just found out his girlfriend spent a week in paradise with a guy who's in love with her, ignored his calls, posted couple photos, and is now mad at him for having feelings about it. She was crying now. Full tears, mascara running. I didn't do anything wrong. I went on a vacation with my friend. A friend who confessed feelings I didn't reciprocate. I was honest. I set boundaries. I came home to you. What more do you want? I want you to see how this looks. I want you to understand why I feel like I've been losing you to Derek for 3 months and this trip was just confirmation. You're not losing me to Derek. Then why does he get the version of you that laughs and glows and has the best time ever while I get the version that's distracted and distant and forgets to call? She didn't have an answer for that. She just stood there crying, and I stood there hurting, and the space between us felt like the ocean she'd just crossed with someone who wasn't me. She's been staying at her friend Sarah's place for the past week. Giving us space to cool down, she said. But her things are still here. The photos are still on the wall. And her Instagram is still public, still showing everyone the version of her trip she wants them to see while I live with the version she doesn't want to admit existed. Derek texted me yesterday. Hey man, I think we should talk. I didn't respond. What would he say? That he's sorry for being in love with my girlfriend? That the trip didn't mean anything even though he confessed his feelings? That I should just trust them because nothing physical happened, even though everything emotional clearly did? I'm sitting in this hotel room at 2 a.m., scrolling through those photos again, trying to find evidence of innocence I know isn't there. Trying to convince myself that maybe I am just paranoid, just insecure, just overreacting to a friend trip that meant nothing. But I can't unsee what I saw. Can't unhear my favorite person. Can't forget that she deleted my comment, ignored my calls, and came home smelling like someone else's cologne. Maybe nothing physical happened. Maybe they really did stay in separate rooms, really did keep it platonic, really did honor the boundaries of my relationship even when Derek admitted he wanted more. But something happened. Something shifted. And whether it was physical or emotional or just the slow erosion of prioritizing him over me, the result is the same. I don't recognize my relationship anymore. Amanda wants to talk tomorrow. Figure things out. Decide if we're moving forward or ending this. I don't know what I'll say. I don't know if I can move forward with someone who made me feel invisible while publicly celebrating someone else. I don't know if I can trust her around Derek anymore. And I don't know if I can be the kind of boyfriend who's okay with this level of closeness with a friend who's admitted he wants more.